Let's look at a couple other interesting concepts in C#. First one is called as intellisense. Intellisense is a helper. So let us try to do one more line and I'll tell you what I mean. So let us try con. So before I could finish, there is an autocomplete coming up. It is suggesting all the existing functionality that is available for me that starts with those 3 letters. So when I change that, whatever is possible will come. So if I say PO whatever, so it'll show me everything that starts with a P. So let's say console. So there is a class called console. That's what it's telling me. It's under system. So the console is under system. So remember the directive we talked about here? This system directive contains this console class. How do we look into this console class? So right click on the console class and say peak definition. When you say peak definition, you can go and see what is inside the console class. So this is how the class is defined. You can get window width, all these different properties and methods are there. We don't have to like really go crazy about it. Let's look for something called write line. That is the method we are using. So these are all functionalities that are available for us inside that class. We just decided to use this particular method, console.writeLine method dot. When you say dot, it gives you all possible properties and methods that are available. So ours is right here called writeLine. So when you click on that and then you put a parenthesis and then it tells you what is this particular method's functionality. What does it do? Console.writeLine writes the current line terminator to the standard output stream. So standard output stream for a console app is going to be that little command window that you saw. So it is saying it is going to write whatever content is inside here. That's what it's going to do. So anything you want to write inside this particular method, it can be a variable and we'll look at variables later, or it could be a string. A string is nothing but a text. But anytime you write text, it has to be within quotations. So here you can say, this is the second message. Okay, so let's say like you don't have the closing. You don't have the closing quotation. It immediately gives you a wiggly line right there. And it tells you that something is wrong, that something is not terminated. So it is showing you this guy and this guy. So it's indicating to you, it's trying its best to tell you where there is a problem. Okay. So let us say you just don't want to like display it in one line. You want to display it in 2 lines. There are certain escape sequences that you can use. So you could say \n, that is a new line. So you could say \tab, that will give you 1 tab space in between. So there are so many options. They are all on your page 80 of your book if you're using the physical book. So let's try the new line. So this will display in 2 lines. So let's move this read key to the bottom. You might be wondering how come I have like a space here. So blank spaces are okay. There is nothing wrong with having a blank space in between lines. That is okay. What is not okay is to say like this. This is not okay because right after the class, you have to have a dot and that's how you access the method. So the space or blank spaces are allowed in some instances and not in others. So here, these are valid spaces. This increases the readability. Now let's run. So we changed code, which means we have to go and build solution. Make sure we get a success message here. Okay, 1 build succeeded, 1 succeeded. Now click on start. First line displays as 1 single line. The second line is split into 2 because I had a \n which is a new line character. And then the read key is waiting for my input. There you go. The other thing I want to mention is, please remember that C# is case sensitive. So a console is not the same as a, if you say console, that's different than a console. So let's say you say console.writeLine and you don't pick up that. This is different than this. And remember that C# is case sensitive. Use the intellisense as much as possible. So instead of just like typing, just wait for it to give you some suggestions.